Okay. We are now live with yet another episode of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. And we are about to get started in a few moments. So just give me a sec. We'll be ready in just a moment. Okay, I am almost ready. Give me 1 second here. Okay, now that everything is all set and ready to go, let's go ahead and get this video underway. Good evening, everybody. This is Xenoknight XV6 here, and welcome back to yet another video of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. This is part number 35 of this Let's Play series. And so in the last episode, we did the first part of the second trial in Trials and Tribulations to find out if Rondelite was the one that stole the sacred urn. Turns out he didn't, and it was that detective, that so-called detective that was basically saying that Ron was Mask Delight, or Mastamasky. So that was the good news, and Rondelite was proven not guilty, and we managed to win. But our victory was cut short as we found out something that happened. And, let's just say Rondelite is in trouble yet again. But this time, he's in trouble for murder. And I'm just gonna load it real quick because I forgot the name of the person. Let me check here real quick. What was the name? Oh, it just doesn't show. Alright, so yes, we managed to beat Luke Atme in the last episode. And of course, it looks like something else happened, because apparently Rondelite is in jail yet again because he's being accused of murder this time around. And oh my goodness, because something happened at KB Security that kind of set everything off the rails. So in this episode, we're going to be doing the investigation for episode 2 of Trials and Tribulations. And then after that, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens next. So let's go ahead and get this video started. Now, as I said, we're only going to do the investigation in this episode. We are going to save the trial for the next episode. So that's what's going to be going down. So let's get to it. And I've already loaded my data here, but you know what? We'll just load the data again, because, why not? October 13th, 3:02 p.m., Wright & Co. law offices.
I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again.
Well, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred.
No way, Jose! I don't buy it! But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself, at least from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick.
Well, how about we get started looking into the KB security murder?
I think I'm going to head back to Green Village for a little while, if that's alright. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the secret urn back and have some people take a look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think we'll go with... No! Mystic Maya should stay here. I want you to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness.
My goodness. Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. Secret urn given to Pearls.
Now remember, no fighting, okay?
She's gone.
Okay, Nick. Time to get going on this murder investigation.
So what do we do now?
Isn't it obvious? We should get out there and investigate the murder.
Well, first, we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located.
Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles.
Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you?
I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with her dinky little bike, Nicky boy.
Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Mr. Delight.
Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the detention center, too.
You must be relieved we got the secret urn back, huh?
You bet. But there's something a little different about it. Don't at me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Amy, like it always used to.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Plus, the face has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before.
Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repair accidentally turned Mystic Amy's name into I am. And that repair was one mechanically unskilled little Pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it.
Is it possible that urn is a fake?
I'm sure Pearls will find out about that once she gets back to Green Village.
Yeah, I suppose. Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Green Village in a long time.
So, I guess people still go to Green Village to do their training, right?
Yep. If you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training.
So why haven't you been training lately, Maya?
Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that.
A channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious. Whatever that is.
If you're going to train, you have to be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen.
Is what happened last year still bothering you?
Oh dear, that whole thing that Morgan Fay said, what happened with the whole thing between her and Morgan Fay. That murder in her village, it happened because the power of channeling was misused.
When a medium uses the Korean technique, she temporarily loses her own will.
So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder, it wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you?
I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all.
Sounds like being the master of Korean is going to be a heavy responsibility. Okay, I guess we should go ahead and start moving. Let's first head to the Damasky's hideout. October 13th, start Damasky's hideout. Oh, Nicky boy, Maya.
Miss Delight?
All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie.
Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case.
Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up.
Hey, Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer. I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly.
Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out.
Really? You serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. I had no idea Miss Delight had such a vulnerable side. Let's examine some things and see if there's anything that could point to something.
There are a bunch of books lying here. They're all romantic-sounding novels about famous heists and fantastic thieves.
Wow, look at all the bookmarks and notes stuck into them.
Let's see here. No, must remember this thief's way of laughing. Very useful. A calling card is an important part of any good thief's modus operandi.
It was always Ronnie's dream to become a thief. Well, I guess you can chalk that one down as fulfilled.
I wonder why Mr. Delight never talked to his wife about it.
Yeah, well, I think she deserves some of the blame for not bringing it up either.
Nick! It's a torpedo!
It's hard to believe, but it sure looks real.
Where could he have picked up something like this?
Please don't say that as if torpedoes are things people just leave lying around.
It's Mastamasky!
There's a tape recorder hanging from his neck.
Let me see that.
Ha 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 ha! I'll be taking this crown now. Better luck next time, gentlemen. Ha 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 ha!
Ronnie used to say that a happy laugh is the lifeblood of a thief.
Well, that certainly is a happy-sounding laugh, all right.
Yes, and laughing isn't as easy as it sounds. The harder you try, the more fake it sounds.
Yeah, Mr. Delight really works hard at his craft, huh?
It's a bunch of cheap costume pieces arranged inside a nice frame.
Look, Nick! It's a fake beard!
There's also a mask made out of cardboard.
Here, Nick, try on this fake beard. Come on, try it on.
Hey, cut it out!
Now put on the mask. It's Phoenix Wright.
If you like it, feel free to take it home with you.
Thanks, but no thanks.
This thing looks vaguely familiar.
Oh, I know. It's a fishbowl. Well, an upside-down one, anyway.
I think it's a helmet. An alien helmet.
And that looks like a tape recorder or something next to it.
I think it's a transceiver. An alien transceiver.
Oh, that? Ronnie brought that home one day. He asked one of his friends from work if he could have it. It's a Space Ranger uniform. I've never seen Ronnie happier in his whole life.
Oh, man. Now I want one, too.
I wonder if KB Security was in charge of security at that event from that old case. Probably.
Oh, that's so cute. It's called a hot air balloon, you know.
Wow. There's no fooling you.
I want to make my own balloon now. I'll even let you ride in it, Nick.
That emblem on the balloon is supposed to be top secret. It could convince the courts that Ron Delight is Mastamasky. I better not tell Maya. She gets kind of scary when it comes to celebrities.
There's a whole bunch of stuff piled up over here.
Where are these rolls of paper stuck in the trash can? Depth of the Mesrine Stone, the Great Albatross strategy. Depth of the Immortal Goddess statue, the Great Knuckle Bomber strategy.
Did the police even investigate this place? The police took a look at all of that, you know.
Really? Did they say anything?
They said it wasn't important.
Oh?
Don't worry about it, Nicky boy. After all, my Ronnie is just an amateur.
Amateur or not, this is cool. Knuckle Bomber. How cool is that?
So Ron received a blackmail letter, huh?
Do you think Miss Delight knows about this?
Well, if she did, I don't think she would have been smiling like that.
I wonder if we should tell her about it.
I think it'd be smarter if we didn't.
carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never, ever kill anyone. It's just not in him.
I don't think he would either, Nick.
Yeah, but you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die."
He would never say that. Anyway, Miss Delight, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief.
I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him.
Miss Delight, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world.
What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief! Ha! The very idea.
I guess I just don't get it.
Huh? Get what?
I just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple.
Yeah, they sure are different.
Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway.
What? For you?
I hate these kinds of people more than anything.
You mean ace detectives?
No, I'm fine with ace detectives.
Oh, so then you must mean thieves?
No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men.
By the way, why did you go to Detective Atmey's office anyway?
Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find out more about the real criminal.
The real criminal?
Yes, obviously, the real Mastamasky is not my Ronnie, right?
Yeah.
And Detective Atmey knew more about Mastamasky than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV.
So then you went there to ask him some questions.
That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His secretary said the ace detective isn't in right now, but I forced my way past her and into his hideout. I wouldn't exactly call that office if it's a hideout. That bag was sitting right there on top of the table.
Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday too.
There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else.
Miss Delight, do you know about KB Security?
Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today...
Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Delight was once an employee of KP Security. He was a professional security guard.
Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore.
It looks like Miss Delight doesn't know.
KB Security is only about 20 minutes away. By motorcycle, that is.
Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car.
Well, I have to admit, I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. To make it to KB Security that fast, are you sure you aren't literally flying? Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now?
No, I'll pass. Thanks. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves?
What a scaredy cat you are, Nick.
He's very afraid. Miss Delight told us the location of KB Security.
Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick. So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight?
Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life.
Saved your life?
I was at work one day when two robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just curl into a little ball in a corner, so I fought back.
Robbers?
Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation.
Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you?
Yes, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went right up to those two knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please, stop it! He screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers. All by himself. He came to save me. A total stranger all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me.
Wow, that's a great story.
Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did.
That's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess.
Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage.
With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future. Alright, so I guess we're just gonna move on to the next area. Let's go meet up with Ronnie right now, and we'll probably come back there later if we have any evidence to give. October 13th, Detention Center Visitors Room.
I already told you. It's not me.
A sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence.
Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now.
Man, we don't have enough time as it is.
Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was just a thief, but now they got a murder case on their hands.
I guess you're right. That guard over there looks a bit on edge, too.
Come on, we'll just have to come back later.
Okay, let's go check some other place, Nick.
October 13th, Atme Detective Agency.
Whoa, this place is literally crawling with cops.
What did you expect? Now that they know he was actually Mastamasky, this must be incredibly embarrassing for them, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess they're trying to make up for it by tearing the place apart. Hey, I just noticed. Gumshoe is nowhere to be seen.
Well, he is a homicide detective. He's probably working on the murder case.
But wasn't he in charge of the Mastamasky investigation all the way up to yesterday?
Well, a murder case is a lot more exciting, isn't it? He said something like, "There's nothing like a good murder case, pal."
Points for the quality of the impression, but I'm not sure Gumshoe has bloodlust, Maya. I guess we can try to see if there's any evidence somewhere. Maybe. If there's anything we can scan. Can we not scan anything? Well, last time we were here, we can scan all these photos and stuff. Hey, you guys! We're investigating this place, so keep your hands to yourself.
Boy, these policemen sure are a bunch of sourpusses.
Well, Mr. Ace Detective did make complete and utter fools out of them.
What's all this now? Move it along. The show's over.
Aw, doesn't look like they're going to let us investigate.
Guess we might as well call it a day for this place and go look somewhere else. Okay, I guess we gotta move on. Let's head to the main exhibition hall and see if anything else is going crazy over there. October 13th, Lord Lee Taylor, main exhibition hall.
The Treasures of Green exhibit is all ruined now.
Maya.
I'm sorry. It's just so sad. This was our big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling.
Maybe I can cheer her up somehow.
Well, now that we've got the secret urn back, maybe they can reopen it.
Really?
Sure. Maybe we can label it the Urn of Mastamasky's Desires. That would probably attract a lot of attention.
Whoa! Whoa! That's brilliant, Nick! We could clean up and be filthy rich! Woohoo!
Well, that was surprisingly easy.
A piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably esoteric knowledge. Only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's the title in English. 108 Ways to Save Money. I'm pretty sure that number has gone up since the last time I saw it.
Well, we're always looking for new ways, you know.
Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life. That's probably where the secret urn was going to be displayed.
Yeah, I guess so.
Should I put my attorney's badge there? You know, as a replacement?
I think it's a little too small for that. What about my Magatama?
Now you're being silly. That's definitely too small.
It's the folding screen of the Korean sacred writings, but I can't read what it says on it.
Really? But I thought it was some kind of important spell.
Yeah, my mother read it and taught me to memorize it. I'll be in trouble if I ever forget it.
Looks like the Korean channeling school is teetering dangerously on the edge.
They're just a bunch of old urns. Are these really treasures too?
Of course they are. There is a treasure exhibit. This is a treasure exhibit, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
So all it takes to be a treasure is age. No wonder nobody likes museums.
Wow, this is incredible! It's a tiny version of my whole village. Hey, I've got a great idea. Make a miniature of your office, Nick.
I don't know about that. The whole place is overflowing with junk. You die before you finish painstakingly recreating that mess.
Well, we can always clean it up first.
True.
Okay. October 13th, Lorley Taylor, Basement Warehouse. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright.
Miss Andrews.
What's she still hanging around down here for? So, how's it going? What about the secret urn?
The urn? Oh, that. It's been taken care of already.
What do you mean, all that?
Taken care of? Do you mean it's been found?
Yes. It was brought in during the trial today.
Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. It was Mastamasky's wife that found it.
Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. I just heard all about it on the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along.
It looks that way right now.
It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring Mastamasky to guard the treasures.
Don't blame yourself. You were just doing your job.
Hey, Nick, if she wants to apologize, you should let her. So, when was it that you hired Detective Abney again?
About 20 days ago.
And when was it that Mastamasky's calling card arrived?
That was about 10 days ago.
So we sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard.
I guess that's it then. Detective Abney must have really wanted the secret urn after all.
I guess so. What? So Mastamasky murdered someone as well?
Well, that's how things look right now.
Yes, but I thought that he was here stealing the urn at the time.
Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible.
Nick, let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Abney?
No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him.
He claims that's the way he always operates.
That's just what he says, so he can have an alibi while he commits the thefts himself.
Yeah, he was caught in the crime scene photo dressed up as Mastamasky. Pretty well.
I'm so glad you got your secret urn back.
Yes, but there's still something that bothers me about it.
What is it?
I'm not exactly sure, but somehow the urn that came back seems different.
Really?
You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews?
No, I don't know anything. Why would I? Oh my goodness! Psyche locks. Oh, great. Once again, she's hiding something. Oh my goodness. Psyche locks.
What do you think this means, Nick?
It means the person that holds the secret of the mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews.
a Detective Admi set up, huh?
That's what he said.
And yet he still let it take a picture of him. I guess he's not as smart as he pretends to be.
The camera belonged to Lord Lee Taylor, so he knew he couldn't tamper with it. So then why would Mastamasky allow that to happen? I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure what his true motive is for that.
It looks like a part of a big signboard. All I can read on it is the burr.
Aha! I've got it! Maybe it's supposed to say hamburger.
Why would anyone write hamburger that big?
Like maybe for the World Hamburger Festival or something.
I kind of doubt it.
Aha! I've got it! Maybe it said spaghetti.
Why are you talking about food? Oh wait, that's normal for you. Anyway, it says burr. There's no way it could be spaghetti.
Well, maybe it was a typo. It might have said spaghetti festival. What do you think?
Okay, to me, besides spaghetti is the only thing more tangled than your reasonings.
Look, a ladder.
That's a step ladder.
So what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick.
Right, sorry.
Why do I feel like we've had this exact same conversation before somewhere?
That pathetic-looking wooden box.
Ah! That's the box that had the secret urn in it!
Don't touch it. There may be clues to the thief's identity on it.
I worked so hard to make that box.
Huh? You made that poor excuse for a box, Maya?
What's that supposed to mean? And I was so proud of it.
Poor Maya. Maybe it had been better if Mastamasky had taken the box too.
Detective Admi said he got hit on the back of the head by the thief. But that was obviously a lie.
Because it turned out that Admi was the real thief. It's so hard to believe. It looks like Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm going to take full responsibility and fix that sword myself. I know I don't look it, but I have complete confidence that I can fix it right up. I promise I'll fix it so you never knew it was bent in the first place.
Please be gentle with it.
It says Organi.
No, it doesn't, Nick. It says organize. You just can't see the last two letters.
Yeah, well, I guess no one else could read it either. Because this place is a mess.
Yeah, so you should feel right at home, right?
It looks like the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there.
I guess it's where they were keeping the secret urn.
Remember, Maya, Miss Andrews said we're not allowed in there. It looks to me like it's been dry for several days.
There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part of it is shaped oddly and it's shocking pink.
I don't see how the color of the paint is in any way important. The statue wasn't where it is now, when we first came in here, right?
Yeah, it was right next to the door, wasn't it?
Well, if someone moved it, it was probably Mastamasky.
Maybe he didn't like being watched by Mystic Amy while he stole the urn.
Hey, cut it out! You're giving me the creeps with that kind of talk.
Okay. We'll figure out about the Miss Andrew thing in a little bit later. But first, let's kind of explore around the CEO's office. October 13th, KB Security CEO's office.
So I guess this is where it all went down, huh?
The walls in here look thick, just like you expect in a CEO's office.
What does that got to do with anything?
Hey, it's you guys! Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe. Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh?
Sure it was, pal! That prosecutor made real fools out of us!
Yeah, I feel for you.
Wow, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like, oh, that was great! You guys got what you deserve, pal! Or some to that effect.
Do I really sound like that to you, pal?
If the gumshoe fits.
Well, anyway. The point is, I can tell when someone puts their heart into their jobs. And I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes, I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives.
Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy.
Oh my goodness. Now if his little love fest is over, maybe we can start investigating. Let's talk to him for a bit.
Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder.
Okay. But the thing is, I'm really not supposed to.
Hey, come on. What about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now. We need help.
Okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying on me, okay, pal?
Okay, I won't cry on you, pal.
The victim's name is Kane Bullard. He was the CEO of KP Security and a pretty big fella in his own right. His corpse was discovered at 9 this morning. His estimated time of death was 1 in the morning on October 12th. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. Probably an object in this room.
It happened at exactly the same time that Mastamasky was stealing the urn, huh? Kane's autopsy report. Time of death, October 12th at 1 a.m. Cause, cerebral hemorrhaging from blunt trauma to the head.
So why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body?
There's a good explanation for that one. Bowler's body was stashed away inside that safe. Safe?
Well, it is pretty big.
Nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, out he came.
Oh, so the body fell out. That white string must be the shape from when he fell out.
I think we still need some more information about Mr. Billard.
Maybe you could start by getting the man's name right.
So, what happened to Mastamasky?
He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again! He keeps yelling. No. I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway, right? Oh, you mean that detective at me? Oh, that was great! That guy got what he deserved!
Now that's a detective I know and love.
Well, Atme did have it coming.
Think about it. Atme was always around when a calling card showed up. But he always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. He was hiding at the crime scene. Yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I've heard. That's how you just knew he was the thief. That would explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he keeps bragging about. Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. But there's this one thing I can't figure out about his first heist.
His first heist?
Yeah, the Tears of Amnon on case. There's a witness on that one.
A witness?
Here, I saved the newspaper clipping. Since the thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it.
Hey, this guard here. Haven't I seen him somewhere before?
It's pretty small, so it's kind of hard to see. But now that she mentions it... Newspaper clipping. An article on Mastamasky's first heist.
Oh, that prosecutor! I really don't like that guy. The way he used our own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight.
Yeah, I think he did it that way just because he knew he'd heard it more. That's what my gut tells me anyway.
So who is that Java-addicted mask maniac anyway?
Prosecutor Godot? He's quite the enigma, huh? The thing is, pal, I never even heard of the guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office. Came out of nowhere.
That's right. He said this was his first case as a prosecutor.
And it's true, according to the records anyway. But, no way he's an amateur. He's an Iceman in court. A maverick that gave me goosebumps.
Goosebumps? You?
Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. They all just turned the other way.
Poor Detective Gumshoe. I had no idea you were so unpopular.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
poor Gumshoe.
No, that's not what I meant.
That Godot guy acts like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. He's got to know Phoenix from somewhere if he actually says, I know you.
This rope. You think it fell out of the safe when it was opened?
I don't think so.
So you mean...
Yeah, I think the string shows where and how the corpse was lying.
You mean... the victim? He was killed by being crushed by the safe door?
She can't be serious, can she?
Ew! Think about it. That guy was lying in here all night.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, don't bother asking about fingerprints. There were none. Well, somebody opened this safe on the night of the crime, right?
Yeah, and so...
Well, if Mr. Bullett's body was hidden here, it must mean that it was opened by either the killer or the victim, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I got some bad news for you, pal. Are you ready? Okay, shoot. Opening this baby is no piece of cake. There are only a few people who know how to open this safe, pal. Yeah, and everyone that knows how to open this safe had airtight alibis. I checked. Everyone except one. That is, I'm almost afraid to ask. Former security chief, Ron DeLight.
What? Ron DeLight? He was a security chief?
Ron? So he knew how to open the safe, huh?
Yeah, sorry for raining on your parade there, pal.
Wow, look at that huge frame photo.
Tall mountains rising majestically against a dark and cloudy sky.
There's a title written at the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise of my life. This is it. This was his best sunrise.
Either this guy didn't get out enough, or he had really rotten luck with the weather.
Maybe if he had lived a little longer, he would have seen some better days.
This must be the CEO's desk. It's a lot simpler than I would have thought.
Hey! That looks like a super soft chair. Let me try it out just for a second. Oh, nice. I feel just like a CEO. Hey, you! Whip me up a cup of some really expensive import tea and some scones. Move it! This is the life?
The victim sat in that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know?
Oh my goodness. Sorry, Maya.
Oh, there's a button here. Let's see.
Oh, hey, cut it out! Don't press that!
That was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that.
What is that button anyway? It's an emergency buzzer. It says it right there on the panel.
Oops. You're right. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first?
This alarm's connected to the basement guard room. It's used to summon security up here. Really? Then it's possible on the night of the crime.
Oh, so when the CEO was attacked, do you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer?
Yeah, I thought about that. So I asked around down there. But they said that the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bowler, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way. Just so you know.
I think we better go and talk to that guard about this emergency buzzer. CEO's office buzzer, connected to the basement security guard office. There are no fingerprints on it.
These look like some kind of bookshelf / rolling cabinet hybrid.
I can't get in between these two shelves.
Don't strain yourself trying. It looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel.
So I guess it's one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with bunches of files.
Yeah, files filled with data about security jobs. They were hired to handle.
It'll be a good night's reading. If you got insomnia. I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting. Like UFOs or something.
Check out this bag. Thick binder here.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think I might have said it wrong. Oh my goodness. My goodness gracious.
Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick.
reading a file isn't exactly back-breaking work. Just a little hard on the eyes.
Ah!
What did you find out, Nick?
This file. It's not about any sort of security operations or anything. The huge file is about Mastamasky. It's filled with info on him.
What? What kind of info?
It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods and the crime scenes.
Hey, Nick. Look at the last page.
It's a list. Let's see. Tears of Amanon. $100,000. This looks like a list of all the treasures that Mastamasky stole.
So the $100,000 is the value of the stolen item.
I don't know. That number sounds kind of low to me.
I think I'd better secretly make a copy of this list. Kane's list, found on a table at the crime scene.
Check out this big, thick binder here.
Okay, I think I might have said it right. But I think I might have said bag by accident, maybe. I have no idea. Okay, let's save real quick since we've got a bit of information. Let's see. Wait, what did he say? Let me go back.
This is proof that Ron Delight was here at the crime scene when the murder happened.
His wallet and his keycard, huh?
I think we need to ask Mr. Light some more about those two things. So about this.
Huh? What's that? Hey, wait a minute, Maya.
What's wrong?
We copied that data without permission. Don't show it to him. He might get mad at us. So, what are you two whispering about?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just my billfold.
That's a pretty thick billfold you got there, pal. Now, I really want you to show it to me. I always knew there was something suspicious about this guy. I was right. Turned out that Damasky was really that ace detective in disguise.
You really thought that?
Huh? Of course. It's the stone cold truth. Sooner or later, a guy like that always shows his true colors. Yeah, well, I think we saw a little too much of his colors today. Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one.
Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bluebird.
That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bluebard, pal.
Oh yeah, the victim in this case just doesn't make much of an impression on me.
Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. Yeah, and his body wasn't discovered until this morning. Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out? Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbering like an idiot right now.
Okay, Nick. Now's our chance to get more info about the victim. So hurry up and ask.
Okay, let's just see. Security room. We'll go in here and see if there's anything here. October 13th, KP Security Guard Office.
Wow, this is really something else.
For security guard office, it sure doesn't feel very secure.
KP Security Guard. Uh-oh, I just remembered. Larry, it might be.
Hey, Nick, what's up?
Ugh, so he is here. Oh, dear.
Yo, how's it hanging, dude? You got my sweet little Maya with you, too.
Hi, Larry.
Here I was working my fingers to the bone. And walks an angel. I've got no problems with a daytime date. It's all good.
No, that's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullard murder case.
Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you?
He's so hopelessly clueless.
Well, if it's about the murder case, boy, have I got some good info for you.
Really? What is it?
Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya. But Nick here is a different story.
But Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies.
That was then, and this is now.
So what's this good info you were talking about, Larry?
Hey, I'm a guard, a pro. I can't just give away information for free.
He wants a bribe. I thought professionals were more, I don't know, honest.
Can you talk to him, Maya?
Larry, tell us already. What's the good info?
Hey, I like that. This kitten has got some claws. Okay, you really want to know?
Yes, so tell me.
Okay, so the thing is, Ron DeLite was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. Follow me.
Yes, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on.
Well, 1 year ago, Ron DeLite was fired.
He was fired? What in the world?
And there was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful.
I guess he must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that.
Like maybe skipping out of work to go pick up hot chicks or something.
No, that's just you.
So what is it like to be a part-time security guard?
Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me. I get by all right, I guess. First, I have to keep my eyes on those monitors all the time.
Monitors?
There are security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out.
Oh.
If I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams.
What teams?
Security teams for this company. They're supposedly the best in the business. But I'm no amateur either. So if it's something small, I don't bother calling them.
So in other words, you basically watch TV screens all day long.
You were in the office when the murder took place, weren't you?
Why do you say that? This is just a part-time job for me. I can't operate the equipment. And I'm dumb.
Even if it is a part-time, and you are dumb, you're still in charge of security.
Hey, give me a break! Don't try to pin the whole thing on me. That's not fair, Nick!
Huh?
I don't think you can expect someone like him to take any responsibility.
Anyway, the point is you were here that night, right?
Another... Oh no. I knew something smelled bad, and it was the butts after all. It was the butts. Oh my goodness. So it's not only Adrian Andrews, but we got Larry Butts now. Okay, so we got two people we got to figure out with the Psyche locks. Adrian and Larry. I'm just not sure if we have any evidence, and he is just freaking out. He knows something's up.
Well, it's like I always say. That was then, and this is now. Okay?
No, there's something suspicious, Larry. We'll find out soon, though. It looks like I'm going to have to break his Psyche locks after all. Well, first let's examine some things first before we do anything else. We also have to still talk with Ron DeLite at some point.
That's my workstation. Pretty cool, huh? I keep a steady eye on the monitors and use that mic for communicating.
Look at all this equipment. It must be hard to operate.
No biggie. No biggie. I think there's an instruction manual somewhere in this room.
Somewhere?
Instruction manual? What are you going to do in an emergency?
Well, I guess I'll start by calmly looking for the instruction manual. During that time, my partner, the old lady, would calmly look for her reading glasses. That's what us security professionals call teamwork.
Even Maya and Pearls could run this place better.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Those screens there show what's going on all over the building everywhere. And it's my job to keep a steady eye on them. All of them.
I wouldn't sound so smug if I were you.
Can you watch regular TV on these too?
If anyone would sit here and watch TV instead of working, it's Larry.
Hey Maya, I'm a pro, okay? Besides, you can't get regular TV on it.
And how do you know that, Larry?
Because that was my first bit of investigation, if you know what I mean. I know what you're thinking. It was a professional investigation, all right?
Wow, take a look at these things here. Hey, Larry, what are they?
Did you say,
Hey man, it's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. I always thought they were just some kind of decoration or something.
Oh boy.
How did this guy ever get a job here anyway? Larry is a lovable idiot.
Hey, Larry, that's your jacket, isn't it?
That's right.
Did you know you hung it right on top of some kind of lever?
Yeah, sure. I was told to never, ever touch that lever. She scolded and huffed at me. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got it, greenhorn?
So why hang your jacket on such an important lever?
Because it's got me curious. If the jacket weight pulls the lever down, that's what they call an accident. Doesn't the suspense just kill you? Don't you want to know what'll happen, huh?
It's true. It's killing me too. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, but for a different reason.
I thought he was going to say something else there.
That's my partner's seat.
Your partner?
Well, that's what I call her. She's my superior, actually. Kind of weird old lady.
There's tea spilled all over that machine, you know.
Oh, don't worry about it. Just the other day, I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. It still works fine, more or less. They really know how to build them, I guess.
Something is written on the poster in fine print.
A guard's 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. Let's see what it says. Number 1, obey vice superior. Number 2, respect vice superior. Number 3, smile at vice superior. Number 4, salute vice superior. Number 5, buy donuts for vice superior upon command. It's signed Wendy Oldberg, head supervisor.
Oh, no! Oh, no! Wendy Oldberg!
She's one tough old bird, let me tell you. Cross her and you come face to face with a real, genuine ray gun.
Yeah, sounds scary, alright.
Well, fortunately she's on vacation. That's why I'm so relaxed right now.
Smell like old bag. Oh, so we got a trophy for that. Well, looks like we got a trophy for that one. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I guess let's just move on for now and see if there's anything else that we can do. Can we talk? Oh, no, we can't talk with him right now. So what do we do now? Okay, I guess we gotta figure something out. I guess we gotta go ahead and deal with what Larry has to say. I don't know exactly if this is gonna, help us get any further, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. But let's see if I do have the evidence to break the Psyche locks. The night of the crime. Excuse me.
On the night of the crime, were you working hard like you were supposed to?
What? Huh? Of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been?
But didn't you sneak out of work just yesterday to go to see Miss Delight?
But that was that. And this is this.
Is there any chance that you snuck out of work last night too?
Never. I didn't sneak out. I'll tell you what. I'll even bet you $1.
$1? Wow. Now that's confidence.
What's with that drench in the rain puppy look on your face? Do you have evidence that I left my position? Or are you just pulling my chin?
The evidence that Larry was not manning his station when the murder happened. Oh dear. Okay, it's not the buzzer. Wait, what else did he say for that one?
But I tell you, I'm not relieved. I even bet you 70 cents.
I'm going to break these Psyche locks if it's the last thing I do.
What's with that baby who had his favorite toy taken away from him look on your face?
The security card?
This is the key card to the CEO's office, right?
Yeah, that's right.
This key card was found inside a wallet. This wallet, you know about this, right?
I've never seen it before.
Liar! You hand-delivered this wallet to Miss Delight just yesterday.
Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens.
Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet?
I guess it was around 1 in the morning on the first floor of our company building. 1 o'clock. In the morning?
That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office.
Yeah, but there's something you didn't think about.
What's that?
My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murder might have snuck in before then.
What do you mean by that?
If the murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine.
Why do I have a feeling that he still doesn't get the seriousness of this?
Listen up, Larry. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift.
Wasn't that? Wasn't that either? The blackmail letter? Okay, I'm just gonna load real quick, because it's like I don't have any evidence that can support that. Or maybe it could be the camera data. I could try that and see. Wait, oh my goodness, I didn't mean to do that. That's not what I meant to press. My goodness gracious. Okay. So we know that it was the CEO card. We know that. No, it's not that. Do we seriously not have any evidence? Is it Larry himself? Who knows? It could be Larry. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I don't think I'm getting anywhere right now. It looks like I don't have the evidence that required when it happened. So we might need to get more evidence. But let's see if we can try to break Adrian's Psyche locks. And see if we'll get any luck from there.
Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the secret urn?
Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit.
The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before.
Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be. It could be a fake.
A fake?
You're the one who said it wasn't the same. So that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence that urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine? Okay, wasn't that. Do you have any evidence that supports that claim? Was in the clipping. evidence for this right now. Man, we really need to figure out exactly... Oh my goodness. I really don't know exactly what to do. So I only got one evidence that can contradict one of the Psyche logs, and that was... when we talked with, Larry.
Do you know about this?
Oh, is it a letter addressed to my Ronnie? Sorry, but I hate it when people poke their noses into other people's business.
It looks like Miss Delight doesn't know about it. Which means she has no idea that her husband was being blackmailed.
Oh, I know him. This is Ronnie's boss, the CEO guy.
Well, now he's an ex-boss. Someone killed him last night.
Naturally, I know that. He was a pretty sly man, let me tell you.
Oh, really?
You bet he was. He made Ronnie chief of one of the security teams. That was just so he could work him like a slave.
Did Mr. Delight ever have a problem with Mr. Bullet himself?
Even if he did, you think she'd ever tell you about it? Well, Ronnie isn't the type to complain about that kind of thing. I tried to get him to talk to me about work, but he never would. Oh, this is the guy who delivered Ronnie's wallet. He's got some issues, doesn't he?
Huh?
Let's just say his flirting style is pretty obvious. Pretty stale, too, actually. It's pretty sad when the only thing you remember about a man are his lame pickup lines. What's even more sad is sad man probably believes in those like they're his lifelines.
Looks like he blew it again, huh?
Let's try to see if she knows anything that we might need. Ah, I know what that is. It's one of those key cards from Ronnie's company. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I've seen one. It's probably because Ron doesn't work there anymore. That's Ronnie's wallet.
It was found at KB Security on the night of the murder.
Ronnie and I went out to dinner early that evening. I'm sure he had his wallet with him then. So it's true then. He must have dropped it at the crime scene. Let's see.
About this blackmail letter. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about it too, pal. Why would King Bullard have been blackmailing Ron Delight anyway? Well, Mr. Delight used to work at KB Security, right? But what was it that made him quit?
Nick, that's it! Maybe that's the same reason he's being blackmailed.
Well, I'm in the middle of investigating that right now.
Oh, alright.
Okay, maybe I need to talk with Larry a bit about some things. Oh my goodness, this is a little hard. And maybe we might talk to Adrian about this. detective at me was actually Mastamasky.
She really seems depressed.
Can't say I blame her. She's the one who hired the fox to guard the hen house.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for now at this point. I think we need to break all the Psyche locks from Larry, I think, in order to move on. Or if we can get more information about the heist that went down. If we can, that is. Maybe we can talk to Gumshoe.
That was the first heist, and I guess I underestimated him. I was sure I was going to get him, so I was careless and lost the info on the witness.
By witness, do you mean the guard in this photo?
Yeah, he and the detective worked together to try to catching Mastamasky.
But he got away anyway, huh?
That guard. Got the weird feeling that I've seen him around lately.
I'm not sure what I need. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to really try with luck. I may have to try every evidence, possibly. So the first one I got right, but it looks like I'm not finding any other evidence right now that I can get. Trying every piece of evidence that I got here. Trying to see which one's the correct one. Thing is, I'm worried I don't have the evidence I need and I have to keep looking. Oh my goodness. It's like every investigation episode, I'm always struggling on something. Oh! Really? It was the key card again? My goodness, and I thought I didn't have the evidence. I thought it wouldn't work twice. Oh, now I realize it. It could have been used before Larry got there or during Larry's shift. So I thought it had to be like something, like some sort of evidence I had never had before that probably would have to contradict that. But I guess that was not the case. Ugh. I should have... Oh, my goodness. Alright, well, let's break his Psyche lock.
Larry, when you use his keycard, Does it leave a record?
Yeah, it does. But I can't show the record to just anyone you know.
The keycard data was already made public in the trial today.
What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request for info like that is supposed to go through me.
Boy, does that sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard.
Anyway, according to the data, the door to the CEO's office was open with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder.
No way!
Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift.
Oh.
Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time.
Yeah, no!
Well, we got that out of the way.
Oh, knew it! It's all my fault! It's my fault that the boss was killed! My fault!
Larry,
There was nothing I could do! I have important issues to deal with too, man!
What happened that night anyway?
My Donna happened!
huh? Your Donna?
Got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, my Donna called and said I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her and he was standing right there next to her.
Who was?
Her new boyfriend. It was like some horrible joke. Before I knew that was going on, the guy socked me right in the kisser. Normally I'm the one that does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya?
Yeah.
So is that why you left the security guard office?
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. How can I ever make up for it, Nick? What can I do? What?
He's curled up on the floor crying like a baby.
Oh boy.
Nick, is there anything I could do? Anything. Just name it. I'll do whatever I have to do to make up for it. I swear I will.
Larry.
Hey, Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we've got?
She's right. Maybe we'll get at least one bit of useful information from him.
Nick!
Okay, let me save real quick. Even though I've lost a bit of health, but that's alright. Okay, let's present some evidence.
The buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right?
That's right. Just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya.
Huh?
Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to rescue. I promise I'll come running to your rescue, like the professional guard I am.
Wow, that was pretty good.
Thanks. I try.
Do you think you could tell us about the buzzer now?
Yes, please. Please tell us.
Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed.
You said nothing. Oh! I guess we had to go here.
I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier.
Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh?
You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office?
Well, this is the third floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the first floor. I thought it would be a good idea to, adopt a wait-and-see approach. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary.
It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet.
Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer did go off that night?
There must be a record, right? You must have had a look at it, right?
Of course he did. And I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either.
Do you think you could take just one more look for me? Pretty please?
Okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya.
What do you think, Nick?
He's probably right. I don't think even Larry could make a mistake like that.
Whoa!
What is it? What's wrong?
I made a mistake! Just when we said he didn't.
Huh? But how?
It can't be. It's impossible.
Okay, enough already. What about the records?
That night, I went off just once. In the morning. At around 1 a.m.
1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened.
Really? Are you serious? That's terrible. It can't be.
Buzzer record. The buzzer went off once at 1:02 a.m. on October 12th in the CEO's office.
So what about this?
Huh? Maya, you shouldn't have. A love letter for me?
No. Sorry. This is a blackmail letter.
What? How do you know about that, Maya?
Huh?
How much is Alexis demanding this time?
Huh? Who is this Alexis?
Didn't we show him this letter yesterday, too? I'm pretty sure we did.
I'm really sorry, Nick. I swear I want to change my ways. The thing is, I just don't have any interest in men.
This guy really needs to get his mind out of the gutter.
Larry's your stereotypical guy, all right.
Okay. Does he know anything more about Kane?
CEO of our company. He was a pretty good guy.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, you bet. You know how I'm not very good about working hard, right?
Yeah, I kinda noticed.
Well, guess what the boss said to me about that? I don't expect much work from you, Larry. In return, just don't expect much pay.
I see.
I guess he has to follow some kind of dumb law about having security here in the building.
So in order to pay the lowest wage possible, he went to the bottom of the barrel.
To be honest, I really looked up to the boss. If I ever grow up to be a CEO, I want to be just like him. And don't worry, Nick. I promise I'll hire you for security. That's Desi. That Desi is one awesome lady, all right. It's been a long time since I felt this way. I think I'm really in love this time.
A long time, huh?
Yeah, well, except for what I feel for you, Maya.
I don't think even he knows what he's saying anymore. Pretty much.
Whoa! Who is this? Come on, man, don't hold out on me.
Forget about it. You don't need to know, and I'm not telling you.
Hey now, I thought we were pals. I got a major thing for girls with black sleeveless shirts and glasses.
How do you know that?
And if they have an orange color memo pad, I really lose my cool.
He has to be making that up. He can't really know Adrian, can he? I have no idea anymore. Let's see if he knows anything else.
You guys really made me reflect on the way I've been living. But the only problem is, with all this reflecting, where's the time for love? Frankly, I think reflecting is a bit overrated.
But what are you going on about, Larry?
Plus, you honestly have any new info on the buzzer record?
Huh? The record? No, nothing at all.
This guy reflects about as much as a piece of black carpeting.
So was this the card that was used by the culprit that night?
Well, going off the serial number, then, yeah. This card was used to open a CEO's office door at 1 in the morning. Your client had this card, right? Then it's a no-brainer he's the killer, man.
Nah.
Ah, that's the wallet I found.
He found it when he snuck out of work to get socked in the kisser, right?
I didn't sneak out of work to get socked in the kisser. If only I'd been more responsible at work, I might have spotted the murderer on the monitor like I was supposed to.
Larry, you really do feel bad, don't you?
Yeah, well, maybe it's all for the best. I think it's brought Desi and I closer together.
She is not interested in you.
Just like they say, every cloud has a silver lining. You gotta see that old water glass is half full. Am I right?
Now he's starting to sound like the Larry I know.
Don't forget, Nick. Half full.
Wait, what did he say? Hold up.
This is one of Kareem's greatest treasures.
I used to have zero interest in all this old junky stuff. But now that I'm a new person, well, I can kind of see the appeal. Hey, I got it! Why don't we all go visit one of those musty old temples next time?
I think I can actually learn to like this new Larry.
Yeah, but he still hasn't told us anything useful.
Wait, hold up. What did he say? I'm skipping on all the best lines.
Listen carefully, okay, Nick? I know you don't think much of me as a person, but I'm no thief, and I would never ever wear a goofy getup like that.
Nobody ever accused you of being a thief.
It's too much work for me. Making plans, writing calling cards, etc., etc. I'd rather just pull a dine and dash at a burger joint.
Burgers? I love burgers too.
Really? Well, how about it? Want to go on a burger date tonight?
At least pay for the food, because I'm not defending you again.
I think that's all the information we're gonna get from Larry at this point.
Detective Gumshoe. About this right here.
Sorry, it's hard to believe, but there's a limit to how much my brain can hold. Got 2 ears and 2 eyes, but only got 1 brain.
I can see your eyes and ears. But the jury is still out on the brain thing.
Hey, Nick, if you have something to say, just come on, say it.
Still nothing? My goodness gracious. Let me see real quick. I'm gonna try to see if I can solve this. The sacred urn. I wonder if it had to be a person, maybe. No. Oh my goodness, this is really hard. I have no idea what to do. Because I don't think Larry has any more info about this whole thing. So this is Mastamasky, huh? I wonder what kind of house he lives in.
Who knows? Maybe he's exactly like this house.
You're so funny sometimes, Nicky boy. But if I was a famous thief, I'd live in a great big gorgeous mansion.
I'll be sure to tell that to your husband.
Oh, the victim! Oh my goodness. I didn't even realize that.
Can you tell us some more about Mr. Bullard?
He was the CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyway?
Well, the company basically sends security teams out to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had the chance to learn a lot of secrets during doing this kind of work. Oh, and I don't know how to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber.
Really? Me too. I just love money. I can't ever get enough.
Please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting into my wallet. Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions.
Oh? So that's my problem. I need to be shiftier.
Let me go already.
Apparently he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies.
Oh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded.
Yeah. Oh, KB Security used to head security operations against Mastamasky.
What? Really?
Yeah, and after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive.
So it really was Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh?
About this blackmail letter. Been thinking about that. Why would King Bullard have been blackmailing Ron Delight anyway? Well, Mr. Delight used to work as a KP security, right? But what was it that made him quit?
Okay. So is that all the info we're gonna get from... Oh, okay. Finally something happens. October 13th, Detention Center Visitors Room. Oh, Mr. Wright!
Mr. Delight! Did they finish your interrogation?
Yes, but... Please don't leave me alone anymore! Mr. Delight, you lied to us before, didn't you? Well, you see... On the same night the secret urn was stolen from Lorley Taylor department store, a blackmail letter you got summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money. Then that's where the CEO, King Bullard, was murdered. But there's only one Ron Delight. Am I right? So the only question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it. Okay. Mr. Delight, do you still insist that you are Mastamasky? Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday?
That was a quick response.
Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating.
But listen, Mr. Delight. At the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we?
Take a good look, everyone! Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself! Here I am, the tragic clown! I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole that urn.
Of course not. After all, you were at KB Security at the time.
So then the person dressed up as Mastamasky in this photo, it's gotta be Detective
Atme.
I'm giving Maya Phoenix voice.
So that night, you didn't go to Lorley Taylor. You went to KB Security, right? Yes. I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail note said I should.
Alright, what happened next?
Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So then I used the key card to unlock the door.
That's probably when he dropped his wallet.
When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there. Someone?
Was that look at me silhouette? Cause that looks like look at me. If that's look at me silhouette, does that mean Luke could be the killer? Uh-oh.
Then suddenly they bashed me over the head. Bam!
Was it King Bowler that hit you?
I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I died myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something with the body. So that's why you put it in the safe. Yes, that's right. I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it.
Okay, and what did you do after that?
Well, I got out of there for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building. So I knew how to avoid being spotted by them.
Nick, all of a sudden, Mr. Delight kind of sounds like the murderer to me.
Please don't say that.
Mr. Delight, is it true that over that 1 year ago, you were forced to quit KB Security?
How did you? I'm begging you. Please don't tell Desi. Please.
Don't worry. We haven't told anyone yet.
Whew, thank goodness. No, but I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually.
Why have you been hiding it from her anyway?
Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal? A thief? She'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over.
Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place?
Because Desi spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that could bring in enough money. Except being a thief. At least that's what I thought anyway.
So he became Mastamasky for Desiree, huh?
This calling card. Did you send this? No, that is, I don't know anything about that. I mean, I had other plans for that night already.
That's true, he did get that blackmail letter after all.
What about Detective Abney? Could he be the one that sent it?
Looks that way. Can't think of anyone else. Yeah, that night, because of the letter, I had no choice but to go to KB Security.
So was this blackmail letter written by KB Security's CEO, King Bullard?
I think so. Probably. You can only get into the CEO's office if you have a key card.
And the blackmail letter said to meet at KB Security.
Guess no one other than Mr. Bullard could have written the letter then.
I was at KB Security around 1 o'clock that night. I took out my wallet to open the door with the key card. So is that when you drop it? I'm sorry. I should have told you the truth earlier. What are you still doing with this key card anyway? Didn't you return it when you left your job at KB Security? Of course I returned it. Don't be silly. But it got sent back to me along with the blackmail letter.
With the blackmail letter?
Yes, it said, use this to enter the CEO's office. Oh, I didn't know Mastamasky had become so famous.
Yeah, I actually bought this publicity photo.
Really? Well, I'd be happy to sign it if you like. I'll leave an ad behind bars.
Yes, please, please!
Looks like Ron has totally forgotten about what happened at the trial today. That he was declared not guilty of being Mastamasky.
Hey, this is an article about my debut heist. Boy, that was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail.
But Mastamasky, he must have gotten away, right? It says in the article that he disappeared.
That's right. I got a sudden burst of inspiration. I hid my Mastamasky costume in a nearby plastic bucket. And I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, eh?
Wow, awesome! Hey, hold the phone! The guard in his photo? Is this you, Mr. Delight?
That's right. Nice trick if I do say so myself.
Nice and easy to figure out. Even Pearls could see through that in a heartbeat. About first heist, garden photos Ron Delight.
But as you might expect, Detective Atme found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of ace detective. Detective Atme found the Mastamasky disguise.
That's interesting.
Yes, and I heard that he brought it home with him.
So that's it. That's when Atme got his hands on this.
Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume.
That must have been really time-consuming, huh?
Yes, it took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters.
Blackmail letters?
You got them starting when? Tell me more now! Hey, calm down. Don't get so worked up.
This blackmail letter, is this the first one you got?
No, of course not. But this is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Emanon heist. That first letter, it said I know you did it.
So someone found out about your true identity, just like that?
It's not easy being a master thief, you know. I've got proof that it was you, so give up, it went on to say. So in the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all the trouble to steal. Is that right? Hey, hang on a second. What do you mean you had to give it up? Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in a safe deposit box the letter specified, someone sent me $10,000.
Who said anything about me being worried, you know?
After that, I started getting the plans in the mail.
Plans? What are these plans you're talking about?
They were instructions on how to steal a crown or painting or some other rare treasure. They showed security blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods.
So you mean that the one who planned the heist wasn't you?
No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans.
It sounds like Mr. Delight is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him.
So Ron Delight was Mastamasky after all? But someone else is behind the thefts. Someone who planned them all out in detail.
All I had to do was deposit the treasures I stole into the safe deposit box. Then I just waited for the cash to come in the mail.
Could you try not to look so gleeful about it?
So you went after the secret urn because of one of those plans too?
Well, see, truth is, I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal. Mr. Delight, is everything you just told me the truth? Yes, but please don't tell Desi, okay?
Ron's testimony. From Damasky's second heist on, he was stealing as directed by Blackmail Letters.
Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you. Yes? But please don't hurt me. Mr. Keen Bullard, do you swear that it wasn't you who killed him? Yes, of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. But then I was afraid they'd discover what I did. So I turned myself in yesterday.
Why?
Well, if the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery, then I'd have an alibi, right?
I guess so. You're really clever, Mr. Delight.
I guess I have no choice but to take Mr. Delight at his word. I think that's Pearls.
Mystic Maya! Hey, Pearly! I'm back!
Hey, Pearls. So what have you been up to this whole time?
The secret urn, Mr. Nick. I took it back to Green Village to have it examined. And? What did you find out? Well, there's no need to worry. They said it's the real urn. Whew, that's a relief. I was really worried. But there's one small problem.
Problem?
These cute little pink splotches. They said that it's paint, and that they were put on the urn recently.
Why are we talking about the pink splotches again? What's the big deal?
What's the big deal? We've got to find out how they got there. That's the big deal. Yes, Mr. Nick. We got to find out how they got there.
Okay. We'll go find out how they got there. But please don't forget about me.
Sacred urn found in Admi's office covered in pink splotches, but it's the genuine article. Okay, so I think that's what we need to convince Adrian about it. So I guess we just go back then. October 13th, Laura Taylor, basement warehouse. Oh, Pearl. How nice to see you.
Hello there.
I haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to?
Well, actually, I was having this urn examined.
Oh, I see. Maybe if we take another good look at this urn, we can figure out the mystery of what actually happened here.
Nick, let's look around one more time.
This box. There's something about it that's bothering me.
That's the box that the secret urn was in. It looks like there's some pink paint on it, too. It's definitely the same color as the stuff on the urn.
I think I know how the pink got on it now.
Alright, let's investigate again, Nick.
Urn Box. A wooden box that had the secret urn in it. Has pink paint stains on it.
It looks to me like it's been dry for several days.
There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part of it is shaped oddly, and it's shocking pink. Mr. Nick, can you believe that this odd shape is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it.
That's the box the secret urn was in.
If you look here, there's a little bit of paint. There's a little bit of paint as well.
Wow, you're right. Look, it matches. What is it, Mr. Nick?
This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would.
Paint marks. Completely dry. The box of the secret urn fits in the gap perfectly. I think it's all starting to become clear. We're that much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to the urn. That means the only thing we now need to do is to talk with Adrian. Let's hope we can break the Psyche locks.
Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the secret urn?
Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit.
The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before.
Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be. It could be a fake.
A fake?
You're the one who said it wasn't the same. So that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine?
Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is the genuine article. Pearls went back to Coraine Village and had it examined.
Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how...
What she discovered was that the urn had been broken again.
Did you say... again?
Yes, it was broken once a year ago, and now it looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently, too.
Recently? Are you saying that this urn was broken recently?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know?
Take that! Take that!
I thought it was the paint marks. Or maybe it has to be the urn again.
Take that!
Oh dear. Do we not have any evidence for this one either? Besides the... Like, how can we know that it was broken again? Maybe we have to look at a different area and find out for ourselves. I'm not quite sure, but...
That was the first heist, and I guess I underestimated him. I was sure I was going to get him, so I was careless and lost the info on the witness. By witness, you mean the guard in this photo? Yeah, he and the detective worked together.
But he got away, huh?
Wait a minute. Hold up. Maybe it could have something to do with that thing. That's kind of strange.
What is?
Up until now, Mastamasky has gone after famous works of art or treasures. Why did he suddenly decide to steal this plain-looking urn that nobody would want? You make it sound like you had nothing to do with the theft. Well, it wasn't me that chose to steal this urn.
Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with evidence, but... Well, maybe it doesn't have anything to do with talking to the, Hold up, I think we really need to kind of figure out the whole thing with Adrian. Because there's possibly no way we can find anything else that connects with it. Okay. And... Okay, so we do know that this was the correct one. I wonder if it was this thing that broke it. No, it doesn't appear to be the case. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? wasn't these two either. So... My goodness. This is gonna be a long episode. How do we know that it's broken? That's the thing. I really have no idea. Was there something that we miss? Or am I just being stupid and not realizing what's going on? I really don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm missing. Like, is there something I'm supposed to present and get evidence?
This list. We found it in the office of the CEO, Mr. Bullock.
Hey, this is a list of all the things Mastamasky sold.
And that's the value of each item listed next to them. $100,000, $150,000.
Are you sure if it's the value of the stolen items?
The numbers seem a little low to me. Even on the black market, the prices should be at least 3 times higher than that.
Guess he knows about the stuff because he used to be a security guard.
That's the emergency buzzer from the CEO's office. Don't press it. It makes a terrible racket.
Hehe, sorry. I just love making a lot of noise.
Does this buzzer have something to do with this case? Well, at this point, I don't really know yet.
After all, there were no prints on it, or anything else for that matter. We're not getting anywhere at this point right now, a little bit. Okay, I don't think I missed anything from what... I'm so happy that you got your sacred urn back.
Well, I have you to thank for that, Miss Delight. And I'm sorry.
Huh? What are you apologizing for?
Because I mistakenly blamed your husband for taking it.
Ha! I told you, didn't I? My Ronnie could never do such a thing. There's nothing interesting here at the office area. Is there really nothing else I can do but just try to figure out the whole thing about whatever? Or...
I'm glad we got the secret urn back and all.
So then how come you don't look any happier?
Why should I? I don't know if it should say Amy or I am on it anymore. And now it's got big pink polka dots on it that weren't there before.
Don't you think you're overreacting just a little?
Overreacting? Nick, I can't believe you said that. I mean, it's like I got it. It's like if I came in wearing polka dots on my Okoiti costume every day and said, "Hi, Nick.
guess it would be. A real disaster.
You see? You see? Well, that's how I feel.
But how could it be broken again? That's the only thing I can't figure out. And I don't know if any of these have the correct answer. I don't think Gumshoe knows about this.
I still got no idea why Mastamasky would go after a broken old pot like.
Uh-oh.
I mean, this tasteful old family heirloom. Good point. Why go after a worthless piece of junk like... I mean worthless in a good way. I mean, this is a first for the guy.
Adrian Andrews hired at me as security before the calling card even came. I wonder if it has anything to do with how things played out. I wonder if it does have to do with someone. I mean, I can give it a try and see. But I don't know if that's going to be correct. But like you said, we have to really figure this out here. Wait, didn't Adrian said she would... She fixed it somehow? Oh my goodness, I think I made another mistake probably. I think it was something that Adrian might have said maybe, but let's see. No, it wasn't. I thought I was getting some... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I really don't know what to do at this point. Because I don't know if I have any evidence that could back up the claim on how it was broken. I really have no idea. I'm really lost at this point. No matter how many times I try, nothing's gonna work. Oh my goodness. Gosh, I really don't want to look this up and see what it is. Oh my goodness, because I don't know what to do. What do I even do? How do I even figure this out? Because I have no idea what the hell I'm supposed to do.
Mr. Delight, are you absolutely sure about this testimony? That you stole the treasures as you were directed by a series of blackmail letters? Yes, I got money for them in return. It seemed like a good deal.
He doesn't look like he's lying.
So that's how, so then how do you explain Detective Atmey's crazy confession?
He's an ace detective, all right. He's been hot on my tail ever since the first heist.
Yes, but he made a pretty stunning confession in court today. It was me all along. I am Mastamasky.
I don't know what to say. I guess he's just delusional.
That's exactly what your wife said about you.
Mr. Bullard, my old boss. It's so sad. Do you have any idea what might have happened? Was there anyone that might have wanted him dead? Oh yeah, sure. Mr. Bullard was the type of guy who made lots of enemies. He did lots of threatening things to people. Wait. Do you mean he scared people, or that he threatened them with blackmail? Well, I guess they're kind of the same, right? Isn't he great? I wish I could be half as cool as him. Besides, he's the only one that really believed me when I said I was the thief. Hey, hang on a second. This is the guy that had you arrested for murder. Well, I still don't think that makes him a bad person.
What in the world do you see in that coffee-crazed prosecutor? Is there really nothing else that can be said? Because right now, I'm a little lost. And I'm just confused because I don't know exactly... Because I really don't know. I'm not even... Is there anything else that Adrian might say before we do the thing? No. What about, oh my goodness gracious, sorry taking a while. I'm sorry if this episode's going way longer than expected, but I had no idea we'd have this much trouble, because I don't think I have any evidence, but it looks like there's nothing else I can really do. Like, is there seriously nothing else I can do? Do I have to really wing it?
Wow, this is so cool. I'm really into this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, it's one of our most valuable treasures.
If I ever get out of here, me and Desi will go to Lorley Taylor to check out the whole treasures of Korean exhibit.
Okay, I guess. Just promise me you won't steal anything, okay?
Oh, don't worry. We be going when I'm not on the job as Mastamasky.
Well, that's reassuring. I don't know what to do. How can it be broken again? We have no freaking idea how it got broken.
See? We got our secret urn back.
That's really wonderful.
But we're not entirely convinced it's the same urn. Miss Andrews, we want you to cooperate with us.
What a magnificent box.
You're not going to throw us off the trail with flattery. I want to know about the paint on this box.
Well, I'm sure I don't know anything about that. Some people just have a natural gift for lying. Adrian's not one of them.
Miss Andrews, about the paint that's all over the wall.
Oh, look at that! It looks like paint, all right. Isn't that funny? I've never noticed that before.
That has to be the most pathetic acting I've ever seen in my life. I'm beginning to get very frustrated.
Uh-oh. Better do something to calm them down and fast. She seems to know something. I just don't know what. How can we figure this entire thing out if we don't know exactly what connects with the evidence on how it's broken again? And like I said, the obvious one's the first one, so we already know that one for a fact. I'm going to have to try every evidence again, only because I need to figure this out. Let's start with the recent ones that we found. Obviously it's a no. And we're pretty much going to start backwards. Let's see. The Sacred Urn. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me try it again. Because I don't want to lose too much health at this point. I mean, if it has something to do with one of the photos, then maybe that could really pinpoint to that. But I don't want to go too far ahead. Oh my goodness, I clicked the circle button. Darn it, I did not mean to do that. Like I said, I really don't want to look this up and see what the answer was. Okay. Sacred Urn. And like I said, I'm starting backwards. So I'm kind of going through a backward order to kind of see. I'm a little worried that I'm kind of not going to be happy if it's the... Actually... There's something about it that just isn't right. Might be the photo. Okay, it wasn't the photo. For that one anyway. Alright, I'm going to give it a try there. So, wasn't that one... Anything I lost track, so I'm going to click the CEO button. Just to kind of, you know, get that out of the way. Like I said, I really don't know. What could it be? How can I figure this out if I don't know exactly what to do? I mean, I already know the Secret Urn is one thing. I know that for a fact. And she's getting freaked out about the paint, so I believe the paint has to come at a later point. So maybe that has to come later. So let's keep going backwards. Newspaper clipping. Nope, that's incorrect. Okay. Kane's autopsy report. Obviously, that's not right either. Okay. Damasky's brooch. KB security card. Nope, it wasn't any of those evidence from that side anyway. Okay, so we know that all the evidence in that one section is not it. And I hope you guys are enjoying me fail so many times in this one, because, I mean, it's good to watch some fails. Okay. The Sacred Urn, obviously. That's the first one out of the way. Okay. So, if it's still one of these, it has to be one of these. Ron's wallet. wasn't that the blackmail letter? Wasn't that either the thingamajig? The security photo? Is it really none of these? Because I don't know exactly what I'm missing here. We still got a few evidence left that we can still use. So let's see. We're down to this one, this one, this one, and this one. Camera data. The Amy Faye golden statue. Mastamasky's calling card. Oh, it was... Oh my goodness, it was the first photo! My goodness. So I did had it all the time. I was... I was stuck on this for quite some time. I thought I didn't have the evidence, but I didn't click on the poster. Well, the first poster, not the Mastamasky poster, but the first poster. Oh my goodness, I am such a failure. Oh my goodness. How could I screw this up so badly? I should have... I don't think I did try the poster. I think that was probably the problem. I don't think I tried the poster. My goodness. Okay, I guess that was how it is. I'm so dumb. I didn't even realize that it was the poster. Oh my goodness. I should have realized that sooner. But I wasn't even thinking.
This poster, it was made recently, right?
Poster? Ah, the poster for the exhibit.
At the time when this photo was taken, the urn said I am on it. But now, for some mysterious reason, it says Amy. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed.
Ah! I am. What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when the photos for this poster was taken.
That was a mistake now. That was a mistake. Now tell the truth.
Wait!
For?
Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it.
Huh?
Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened. Looks like she's not going to give up that last Psyche lock so easily. Do you have any proof that urn was broken here at Lord Lee Taylor?
Well, Miss Andrews?
What is this supposed to mean?
This urn has these pretty little pink paint splotches on it. And there's some on the box the urn was stored in, too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seems to be exactly the same. Wouldn't you say?
So, what does that prove?
But the urn was dropped along with the box. That's when they both got paint on them. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
The rest of the story is obvious. This box was dropped right here in Lord Lee Taylor's basement warehouse. If I can prove that, it means that the urn was broken here too.
So can you prove that? Can you prove that the box was dropped here in the basement warehouse?
I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you?
Yes. More or less.
There's pink paint splattered on the floor and walls of this basement warehouse. But there's an odd shape imprinted into a part of the paint stain. Am I right?
Yes.
If you put this box into the impression in the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means this box was dropped right over here and right over there. And that is when the urn was broken.
Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright. Freaking finally! It's about time. But we only got half of our health back. I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn. Boy, does this make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher. I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did.
Well, that's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearly? No, not at all. I know just how she feels.
It happened about 2 weeks ago, just after the poster photo was taken. On the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box.
Oh dear.
When I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance, the box I was carrying crashed to the ground. I heard a terrible noise and I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box and that's when it happened. The broken pieces of the urn fell off the box and then it right in the paint. I was in shock and let out a huge scream.
I can totally see how that could have happened.
Yeah, as clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands. Well, I knew it was the most important treasure in all of the Korean village, so I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big.
And that's when the I am got changed to Amy.
I didn't know how it was originally written, but any sane person fixing it would have assumed it said Amy.
Any sane person? Really?
Oh, Pearls. She said she wasn't very good at spelling. Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom, and no one had seen it since then. Sacred urn, broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box, kept out of sight.
But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains.
Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it. The Amy Faye statue. Aha!
The first time that we came down here, it was on the night that the secret urn was stolen.
And Mr. Nick, there were no paint marks on the walls or the floor of the warehouse when we were here.
Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall.
And?
I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it.
I see. Now it makes perfect sense. But there's still one thing I find strange.
What is it, Pearl?
The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. At that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible.
She's right about that.
Well, Miss Andrews?
Huh? What? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint. So why would I move it again?
Well, then who was it? Who would have done it and why?
On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. And the next day, it was moved. But why? Carried into the basement warehouse the day of the crime, moved again that night.
It looks like there's some connection between the secret urn and the murder case.
Well, why? Why do you think so, Nick?
Because that night, the real thief, Ron Delight, was at KB Security. So then why did another Mastamasky show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact.
One undeniable fact?
The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. It has to be Luke Atme. He's the only one that fits the dots. Alright. Whew, okay. So we got through, freaking finally. I should have realized it was the poster thing, but I didn't even think of it up until I tried every evidence. My goodness gracious. That's what happens when I'm not thinking straight in the game. My goodness gracious. I was thinking too much of an evidence that I didn't probably have, and now I'm dumb. I am dumb. I didn't realize it sooner. Alright, anyway. So, we have now made it to the second part of the trial. And I believe, thanks to that little silhouette when Ron Delight was talking about Kane's death, it seems that the silhouette looks like Luke Atme. I have a feeling that Luke Atme was not only the one that tried to steal the secret urn. Well, he did steal the secret urn. But he has to be Kane Bowler's killer. There's no other person but Luke himself. He's the only other person that could have killed Kane Bullard. That's where I'm getting at, actually. And if that's true, then that means we know who the culprit is based on everything we've heard and based on what Ron Delight said, because I think he said that Luke Atme was the one that found his original costume. So that would mean Luke Atme is the only person that connects the dots. He's not only the one that did the secret urn, gave Ron the blackmail letters after he found out that Ron Delight was Mastamasky, but he's also the one that killed Kane Bowler. That's all I'm going to say about that, because that is what I'm thinking right now. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Alright. Anyway, so I guess we now know who did it, but the question is, if it is really Luke Atme that did commit the crime, then why did he do it? I think that's something we need to really figure out once we go through this trial. And we need to first prove that Ron Delight was not Kane's killer. That's the first thing we gotta do. Then we have to figure out exactly everything else and see how this all connects the dots in that way. But I guess we'll find out in the next episode to kind of find out exactly what all this is going to go down. And I believe we will be in the last part for episode 2 before we move on to episode 3 of Trials and Tribulations. Alright, but anyway, I believe this is where we're going to wrap up the episode right here. So guys, that is going to be it for part 35 of my Let's Play of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video as much as I have, and I do apologize for all my fails that I made in this video. And I was so dumb not to go with the poster for the treasure exhibit. My goodness, that was my #1 biggest mistake in my entire freaking life. And I'm probably remember this moment over and over and over and over again. Woo! Anyway, that's probably what's going through my mind right now. That's probably what's going to happen over and over and over again. Anyway, enough about that. So in the next part, we are going to be doing the second part of the trial for episode 2, and we are going to prove Ron Delight's innocence. Plus, we're also going to figure out if Luke Atme was actually the true culprit behind the case, based on that silhouette that I saw when Ron Delight entered Kane Bowler's office. So like I said, in the next part, we are going to be doing the second part of episode 2's trial in Trials and Tribulations, and we might finally be coming to the conclusion of episode 2 of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, Trials and Tribulations. So you guys do not want to miss what's going to happen on the next part of my Let's Play of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. And I guess that's all for me. So until next time, this is the XD6. Hope you guys have a great night. I will see you guys in part 36 of my Let's Play of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, where we will hopefully be wrapping up episode 2 of Trials and Tribulations. And hopefully I'll do much better in the trial than I did in the investigation. I'm never going to let that down. I am never going to let that down. Alright, so anyway, I'll see you guys in part 36 of my Let's Play series of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, where we will be doing the second part of the trial for episode 2, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, farewell and have a good night.